And boy, do I have a juicy talk for y'all today, for you today. Um, Happy Saturday. Happy Black History Month as well. If you don't know, my name is Lauren, and I like to make videos about mindfulness, meditation, yoga, and mindfulness tools to help guide you along the way to a more mindful brain, less stress, and more softness, more ease of life. So today's topic is being okay sitting with your own thoughts. This is such a special topic because I'm talking about meditation without saying the word meditation. Meditation and mindfulness are actually two different things. Real quick. So, meditation and mindfulness are two different things, and to explain the difference, meditation is a intentional act of sitting. You don't have to sit down, but sitting or standing, noticing one point of focus and intentionally bringing your brain towards that point of focus for the intention of calming your mind. And mindfulness is simply like the word, being mindful, being aware, being cautious of your day to day actions and how they affect other people. And just raising your state of awareness. I could be mindful while I'm eating breakfast. I'm not really meditating. I mean, not intentionally because I'm eating. So I'm just being mindful of not eating too fast, you know. In conversations, I could be mindful of listening to the other person. And when I reply, I could be mindful of replying for the purpose of listening to that person, maybe repeating back to them what they said, so that I'm active listening. So that's the difference between mindfulness and meditation. Meditation is more structured and intentional. Both are intentional. Meditation is just more structured, simply. So today I have 3 points, almost like always. And I just want to show this notebook that I have. I started my YouTube channel Holistic Flow, not this one Holistic Flow Yoga, but I started my YouTube channel Holistic Flow, where I mostly discuss my lock journey and how it has helped me be more mindful, be more in tune with my body and listen to my body. In 2020. So I started that one in 2020. When I did, I started to write in this journal, and this journal is now completely full of information that over the years I have collected from philosophers, from books that I've read, from meditation teachers about mindfulness and how to honestly reduce your stress, lower your heart rate. I mean, all these good things. And I'll be using this book as a book of reference for the topics, the points that I'll be talking about. So you'll see me going back and forth between my notebook here where I wrote today's points and my reference book because I have referenced my sources and where I get my information from. Let's get into it. By the way, if you're watching this on the replay, thanks so much. If you're watching it on live, thanks so much too. Give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoy these talks. I've been having them every day, and this is day 7 of 28 days for the month of February, Black History Month, or 28 days of me talking about meditation and mindfulness topics. So today's topic is being okay sitting with your thoughts. Okay, so my first point is actually let go of control. Why are we so scared of sitting with our own thoughts? I'll just give an example for me. When I first started meditating, I thought that it was really weird that I couldn't control my brain. and I would just sit and try to empty my mind, which I'm going to talk about. But I tried to empty my mind, and then I found that it was difficult to do because I always had thoughts and I didn't want to think so much while I was meditating. That's when I first started. But the letting go of control part is one of the first parts of changing the way your brain thinks, to rewire your brain for less stress and more peace of mind. The reason that I wanted to, what did I say? What word did I say? The reason that I wanted to meditate and clear my mind is that my intention with meditation used to be controlling my thoughts. However, now my intention is to let go of control, because once you let go of control, you're no longer trying to force thoughts out of your head. Because when you intend to meditate, sit, and have no thoughts, what you're really saying is, I'm trying to force my brain to be silent, which that's not the brain's job. The brain's job is to think, actually. So when you let go of control, you let go of you needing to have a certain outcome with meditation. When in fact, hello, Art Girl 12345. How are you? When in fact, the point of meditating isn't to clear the brain or clear the mind of thoughts. You will have thoughts when you meditate. It's very natural to do so. What happens is, when you start to have thoughts, you were focusing on your breath. Maybe you're like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Oh wait, did I turn the oven off? I'm kind of hungry. I need a snack. Oh yeah, my mind has drifted away. So then you come back to the original thought of the meditation. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm meditating. Inhale, exhale. So it's not about forcing your mind to have no thoughts, because your brain is never going to be empty. Your brain could get to a state of, no, we're not even going to talk about that right now, because yeah, your brain is not supposed to be empty. Let's just say that. So let me go to my reference book, which is my notebook. And on the topic of actually letting go of control, you know, I have this definition of meditation. Meditation, what is it? It's the act of giving your attention to only one thing, either as a religious activity or a way of being calm and relaxed. Meditation is awareness. So let's rule out the religious activity right now, because I use meditation when I pray, when I read the Bible. I read, or I can pray, and then afterwards I can meditate. If that is not the way that you meditate, then that may not resonate with you. However, what I also meditate for is the second part of way of being calm and relaxed. It doesn't have to be associated with anything spiritual. I'll say that again. Meditation does not have to be associated with anything spiritual. Meditation in and of itself is not a practice of any religion, or any, it's not a practice of any religion. I'll just say that. It is awareness. It also isn't about controlling the mind or zoning out. It's about working with the mind to improve personal awareness. And meditation teaches you that even though things are beyond our control, we can control our actions in how we respond. So, for example, how I mentioned that I used to meditate, and my goal used to be to quiet the mind. If that's my goal, then I'm missing the original point of the meditation because I'm trying to force thoughts out of my mind instead of, and that's control. That's an art of control. When you do that, you miss the point of allowing yourself to be more aware of the thoughts that do come up during your meditation, why the thoughts come up, and allow them to drift away, not forcing them to go away, but just maybe inviting them to go away. Letting go of the control of your thoughts. But by redirecting our awareness over here, when our mind drifts back over here, we're like, oh yeah, my mind has drifted. Okay, I noticed that. Now I'm going to come back over here to the main thing I was focused on in the meditation, which is my breath. And during meditation, you always have a focal point. It's almost never, you're almost never trying to quiet your mind anyways, because meditating, the act of meditation literally is focusing or bringing your awareness on one thing. So, the first point, again, it was actually letting go of control. And let me read you something else. Okay? All of our experiences happen in the mind. Memories, joy, sorrow, our passions, hobbies. When you meditate, in through the nose, out through the nose. When you do that, your mind naturally wanders, and it's okay. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Wait, did I turn my TV off? I forgot to wash my clothes today. Oh wait, yeah, I'm meditating. Okay, let's come back to the breath. Inhale, exhale. That's what meditation is. It's not, I'm having so many thoughts. I don't want to have thoughts. Thoughts, go away, go away, go away. Oh, I can't do this meditation thing. No. So that is why we need to learn how to let go of control, because I think a lot of people are just simply not understanding. A lot of us, I'll say me included, because this used to be me, are not understanding how to meditate correctly. 1 minute, you're paying attention to the breath. The next minute, you're thinking about what you can cook for dinner or that you need to get up early the next day for work. This is when you invite your mind to return to the meditation. Then, if it happens again, you're meditating, you're thinking about this, and your mind slowly drifts off to thinking about that, you return to the breath. Your mind drifts off. You notice you're thinking about this. Return to that. You're focusing on that. A couple minutes goes by, then you float away, slowly drift away. Then you return back to the breath or back to what you're focusing on. This cycle, bloop, boop, bloop, boop. Wandering mind. Oh, you notice that you're wandering? It's okay. Bloop, refocus. That right there is literally, it's like doing bicep curls like this. One more repetition. And the more repetitions you get, you strengthen your mind's ability to be calm. And that is what we were trying to do when we say, oh, I want to just control my thoughts. We're gaining indirect control by allowing our mind to wander off, because it's going to happen naturally, being okay with it and not judging it, not saying, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at meditation, just noticing that it wandered off and then bringing it back. Okay, the second thing with being alone with your thoughts is that the thoughts that we have, we need to allow them to just be thoughts and not give so much seriousness to those thoughts. Because all of us know intuitively that your thoughts of eventually can turn into behaviors, and then behaviors can turn into actions. However, our thoughts do not define like us as a person. And the more that we attach emotion to our thoughts, the more meaning we give our thoughts. So you ever heard of like intrusive thoughts? If I had a thought that, you know, I'm I want to crash everything that's in my room and break my record player and slam my microphone against the wall and break the wall and punch holes everywhere. That could be a thought. And then I attach emotion or myself to the thought by saying that's really bad. I'm a bad person because I'm having bad thoughts. But what if we separated the person from the thought? I know it seems a little extreme, but what if we did that? Do you think that we would be able to sit with our thoughts more because we judge our thoughts less? And maybe we just see them as thoughts. And a lot of people have some crazy thoughts, crazier than that, right? I know I have. That we judge ourselves for even things popping up in our brain. But when you think about it, there's so many things on the outside world. I mean, like in the media, in the public, that influence our thoughts every single day. And what we don't realize is every single day our brain is being hijacked by commercials on TV, by advertisements, by scrolling on social media, by this day and age encouraging us that if you're single, you need to be on a dating app or else. What are you doing with your life? And everything that we literally lay our eyes on, whether we want to lay our eyes on it or not. Movies, shows that we watch, they put subliminal messages in our minds. So no wonder we be having crazy and wild thoughts. But once we learn how to stop judging our thoughts, we'll be a lot better off to be able to sit with our thoughts and not judge ourselves as a person for having wild thoughts. Let me share something else with you. A while ago, back in the year 2020, in May of 2020, I read this book for the first time called Think and Grow Rich. And in this book, actually, it's a Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. So it's like the Black version of the book. And when I read it, I took a lot of notes on certain mental laws of the book. The author of the book, and I forgot his name. If you know the name, if you remember the name of the author, put it in the comments because forgive me, but I forgot. He has 8 mental laws that once we grasp these laws of the mind, we can understand our mind a whole lot better and we can sit with our thoughts and be able to direct them, quote unquote, control them with what we practice every single day. And of course, I use control in air quotes because our mind is meant to be directed and not controlled. Anyways, one of the mental laws I'm sharing with you is the law of substitution. It says that the way to dismiss a thought is to substitute another one for it. This is because your conscious mind can only think about one thing at a time. So, if you replace a negative thought with a positive thought or a thought that you want to have, then your mind control will skyrocket. What he's saying is that when you have one thought, then you decide to think about something else, either consciously or non-consciously, your mind is now completely and only thinking about this one thing. You can never have multiple thoughts at one time. I'll just give you an example. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. Maybe I want some pizza. Wow, it's really bright outside. It's morning time. Oh my gosh, and it's windy too. I didn't even make my bed. My shoulders are kind of sore from my workout the other day. All of those are independent thoughts, and none of those thoughts are thoughts that I can have at one time. All of those are thoughts that I just jumped around. My mind just went from here to 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 here. Maybe you're like, this sounds familiar. This sounds like the thoughts in my brain. You can use this to your advantage. Because if you have a thought during meditation, say you're trying to focus on your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then you start to have a thought. Man, I want to blow up the city. Man, the city that I live in, I just hate it. It's so horrible. Have some horrible people, right? Let's say you're just having a wild thought like that. I know we've had some worse thoughts. You don't want to have that thought. So you start to replace it with another thought because your mind can't think about this and this at the same time. So then you're like, oh wait, I'm thinking about something. Let me think about my breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Then that's how you use the law of substitution. It's not about trying to force thoughts out that you don't want, but think about substituting thoughts. Substitute one thought for another thought and keep doing that until your mind is trained to listen to you, because you're the pilot of your mind. You're steering the ship and no one else. So while our brain is out here getting hijacked by media and movies and TV shows that they show us on Netflix that we think is entertainment, but they're talking about real things that actually happen in real life, but they're putting it under the guise of entertainment. It's hijacking our brain. And no wonder we have a lot of thoughts that we don't want, because our brain is literally under control by a lot of other things. But once we start to learn how to sit with our thoughts and learn how to use different mental laws of our brain, we take back that control that outside media tries to enforce on us. So yeah, if you're enjoying this live stream, give it a thumbs up, and also, watch the replay so that you can also get a lot more out of it from the beginning of the conversation to the end, because this is a good conversation, y'all. What questions do you have? Also, put them down in the comments. This is my last point, and then I'll take some questions for a little bit. So the next point that I have is that discomfort is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. That's actually a quote by Eckhart Tolle. That means that we're all going to have discomfort at some point in life, many points in life. And our discomfort doesn't mean that we have to accept it and then not do anything about it. Basically is what this means. Because when you accept discomfort and then you allow that to prolong itself, you're just going to accept the fate of being uncomfortable for a long time, or being inconvenienced for a long time. and decide that because the world is such a messed up place and the people inside of it are so corrupt, I'm just going to scroll on Instagram, doom scroll, and allow my mind to be even more hijacked by the algorithm. That's a a prime example of discomfort is inevitable, but suffering through it is a choice. Let me tell you something else from my magic rainbow notebook. Peace is a state of mind. Therefore, its causes can never be found outside of the mind. I'll say that again. Peace is a state of mind. Therefore, the causes of peace can never be found outside of the mind. So because peace can only be something that you allow yourself to attain in here, nothing out there can ever cause you to have peace other than here. Our mind is like a balloon that sways every which way by the wind. Hijacking. And the wind represents the external stimuli. So realize that the present moment is all you ever have. Make now the primary focus of your life. Now is all there is. There is no past or future, except as a memory or anticipation in your mind. That's another quote by Eckhart Tolle. Think about it, like the past right now is only a memory, and the future is only anticipation. The only real thing is right here, like this exact moment is the only real thing. And a lot of suffering comes from anticipating the future. The future right now is non-existent. So why would we waste our precious time obsessing over something that hasn't happened and may never happen? However, we have all the tools inside here to give us peace of mind. And by allowing ourselves to believe that whatever happens in the future gives us the peace of mind that we need, or will change our state of happiness, or will change our state of peace or contentment, we give all of our control over to the inevitable. Not the inevitable. We give all of our control over to the ether when that control is meant for us to be had in between our two ears. I'll give you like such a solid example of this. Like, say you have an annoying friend and that annoying friend keeps telling all your secrets, and you confront your friend about it, and you're like, hey friend, our other friend's been telling me that you've been telling my secrets that I've only told you because I only want you to know. Excuse me. And you're really getting on my nerves with this. And the friend is like, okay, I'm sorry. Then you hear that the friend has told another secret of yours. And then you're like, okay, this has gone on too long. This person is about to make me so upset. If they do that one more time, I'm about to crash out. Crash out is like the word these days. The kids be using crash out. I'm about to crash out on her because she be crazy. For one, the phrase, if this person does this, I'm going to do this, is giving ourselves giving up our mental fortitude to another person's actions, then like anticipating that we gonna retaliate on what they do based upon what we think we're gonna feel. But when we say that, we're like preparing to feel negatively because we know that another person's actions make us feel a negative way, but we don't have to retaliate against those actions because retaliation to another person's negativity only begets more negativity. So it's like discomfort is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. Your friend get on your nerves is inevitable because they're gonna get on your nerves. You retaliating is a choice. The suffering, the retaliation gonna make it worse. So what do we do with that? So these are my 3 points. Number 1, actually let go of control. If you missed my solutions to how we do this, go back into the replay and go back to the beginning of the video when I talked about mindfulness techniques in meditation. Ooh, excuse me. In the correct way to actually meditate. Then number 2, meditation uses the law of substitution, which means that when you're having thoughts that you don't want, instead of trying to force the thoughts away, just replace that thought with another thought. Number 3, discomfort is inevitable, but suffering is a choice, by a quote by Eckhart Tolle. Discomfort is inevitable. Things are going to get on your nerves. Things are going to make you uncomfortable in life. But how do you respond? Whatever you respond to is a choice that you make about what you're going to do about this discomfort. You're going to make yourself suffer because you're just uncomfortable, or you're going to help take that comfortability away by being more mindful of the fact that your actions, I keep untucking my hair, the reason that or are you going to make yourself suffer because you're uncomfortable, or are you going to allow your discomfort to help you do something to make you more comfortable, because your peace of mind lives here and no one else or nothing outside of your brain can give or take away your peace. It's all in here. We create peace in here, and it doesn't come from out here, and out here can't take it away unless we give it the opportunity or the power to. That's it. One of my favorite mindfulness techniques is balance breathing. So this is a main way to start to take control of your thoughts by using numbers and counting along with the breath. This is especially good for people who feel like focusing is really, really difficult. You can count the breath and increase your inhales and exhales. So you can do this with me. First, close the eyes and then start to be aware of your breath. Now, during this breathing technique, I'll guide you through. We will start by inhaling and exhaling for a count of 3. Then we will increase that count of the inhale and exhale until we get to 6. Let's begin. First, inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Let's increase that inhale. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's increase it again. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Let's increase it to inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just start to sit with the breath. Then once you're ready, you can open the eyes. If you did that breathing technique with me, let me know in the comments below. How did it make you feel? And what did you learn from doing this breathing technique? Along with what we talked about today in this talk. Also, if you're still here, thanks so much. Good mornings. And if you're here now, then you can watch the replay as well. Give this live stream a thumbs up. And also, you can keep in touch on my Instagram at Black and Meditated. I might change the Instagram handle soon. But okay, so Cold Peace says, relaxed and being more aware. Nice. So glad. Thanks all of you all for joining me today. Be back tomorrow, similar time for the day 8 out of 28 days of me going live every single day talking about mindfulness and meditation. So I'll see you all there. Thanks so much. Peace. Oh, Cold Peace says, can yoga help with pinched nerves? Yes, it can, because you are stretching your muscles, and sometimes pinched nerves can be relieved. The feeling of the pain can be relieved by stretching your muscles and relaxing your muscles. However, practicing yoga itself can help you be more flexible is a byproduct, as well as relieve pain. It might not cure it. It probably won't cure it, because a pinched nerve is something that comes from, it can come from more so your joints, in between your joints, and joint instability, or spinal, like a slip disc or cartilage deteriorating in between the spine, like the vertebrae of the spine. The vertebrae go like this. So, like I said, it can help relieve the tension from pinched nerves in the muscles. However, it probably wouldn't fix a pinched nerve. So yeah. All right, peace. Peace, y'all. Thanks so much for the questions. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And everybody have a great rest of your day. Drink your water too. All right, peace.